I'm Chronix, and this is Crystal and Ted DiBiase from the most extreme wrestling, and this is your Raw review for March 10th, 2014, all the way in Memphis, Tennessee.
Right.
And Marco Rose, our buddy, he was there. He invited us to come and sit in the cheap seats with him and everything, but we just decided that, it probably wouldn't be worth it. Everything WrestleMania is coming up so soon. But after seeing tonight, I'm kind of second-guessing whether I should have been there or not, because it was pretty awesome.
It was pretty awesome.
Hogan, he comes out to the WWE Universe. He's got this big announcement, but he's already made a big announcement. He's going to be the host of WrestleMania, so I'm all thinking, what could he possibly say that could be a big announcement also added to WrestleMania? And we found out after he calls out to the people, and he calls them all
Nymphomaniacs.
Which sounds like Nymphomaniac.
Which does. He did quit saying that after he said that and probably realized that
that was not
a bad idea.
Not good to say. But his big... I am.
Okay, cool.
And the big thing that he said that they were going to do at WrestleMania 30 is have a 30-man battle royal. And the winner of this would not win a title shot, would not win a championship. They would win a statue of Andre the Giant.
Right, so the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
Yeah, so it was a long name. I mean, that's cool to respect Andre the Giant and everything, but it is a very weird concept, I thought.
It was strange.
I mean, I guess it's a way for guys to get on the show, but still, I was just kind of like, what?
It was odd.
But, I mean, that's what it was, so, I mean, good for him. And then John Cena comes out there, and he's like, I want to be in there. And then I started thinking, wow, I don't think that John Cena and Hulk Hogan have really been in the ring, like, at least not in a long time, anyway.
No, like, that was pretty cool, actually. It's a pretty, like, epic moment.
And then I was like, are they going to have a match? But then reality hit me, and I was like, there's not a chance. But he injects himself into this match, and I was like, this is really stupid now. Why is John Cena in this thing? This is supposed to be this is supposed to be the Jobber Battle Royal, and now he's like up in there, obviously gonna win. I was like, what the heck? But then the Wyatt family comes out, and they're talking about Sin on the Titantron or whatever.
Yeah.
And basically, John Cena ends up challenging him officially to a match at WrestleMania. It says Bray Wyatt and John Cena. So I was like, thank God he's not in that Battle Royal, and neither is the other guy.
Yeah, that was cool.
So we can move on. And Cena and Hogan, they celebrate, and they pose, and they have a good time. And that was cool.
That was cool.
So, there you go. Triple H and Stephanie, they're talking about how they didn't fire Bryan when they probably should have. Still doing their same old thing.
Yeah, they're going to give him a chance to come apologize.
Are they? So he's supposed to do that tonight.
Yeah.
So he's supposed to do that tonight. So,
and then they will forgive him or whatever.
Whatever they're going to do. It seems like we've been through this every single week, haven't we? But,
sure.
I mean, whatever. The New Age Outlaws, they come out immediately. And they're on commentary, and they're going to be commentating during the Usos.
They also said on commentary that they were both injured.
Yeah.
And they kind of made an old joke at themselves.
I totally didn't care about them being out there at all.
I thought it was kind of cool that they acknowledged that they were old.
I think they've been doing that the entire time, though. That's like the Shawn Michaels thing. Like, I'm bald, wee. I don't know. That's just the way I perceived it. But they're taking...
Michaels wasn't bald.
Well... Like, mostly.
Not really.
Come on now. So, they're taking on Rybacksta, or whatever you want to call him, Ryback and Curtis Axel. That's a wrestler guy.
Oh,
he's still around, and they're a tag team. It's just awful. And they're taking on the Usos. The Usos win. So good for them. Kane is over there talking about the Shield. He's talking to the Shield, and I think it's just me. But I swear every time that any of those guys in the Shield besides Roman Reigns talks, they sound like they're completely drunk. They're like...
Yeah, see? I've been saying
no,
this.
No, you haven't.
Yes, I have.
I've been saying that.
I've been saying that Dean Ambrose doesn't sound right on the microphone.
Okay, that's not the same thing. Yes, he doesn't. He sounds funny. He's like the Joker or whatever from The Dark Knight and all this. But he sounds drunk too.
He doesn't sound like the Joker from The Dark Knight.
That's what everybody says, and I think he does too sometimes. What?
Whatever.
I'm telling you.
He definitely sounds drunk. Ooh, we scared Kitty.
I know, Kitty thinks we're playing with her.
She ran away.
But we're not. When she comes back in here, I'm going to crumple up this piece of paper, I'm going to throw it at her, and she's going to go whoosh.
true.
So there you go. Alright, so Big E's taking on Jack Swagger, and we find out during this match that Big E Langston is also, well, actually, the first person, I guess, that's going to be in the 30-man, over the top rope, Andre the Giant Memoriam, whatever. Battle Royal. So he's going to be in there.
Wait a second.
And
oh, never mind.
And he's not going to be defending his Intercontinental Championship.
No.
He's a champion, not going to be defending it at WrestleMania.
Yep.
And I guess you could say that Big E's not good or something, but he's the champ. Why do they not put the belt? It just hurts my brain. It's WrestleMania. It's a title. You'd think it would be important, but I guess not.
I guess they don't care about the Intercontinental Championship.
Obviously. And they have it for a long time, but it's just, kills me. I guess it's more important for him to win the trophy
of Andre the Giant
than have the belt that he'll have every week. But
I think so.
No, I'm not even going to mess with that. He's taking on Jack Swagger.
Ooh.
And after this match, this is what was cool about it. Zeb Coulter.
Who won?
Big E.
Okay.
So Big E wins.
Okay.
And after the match, Zeb Coulter's all mad because, Cesaro is out there supporting his guys or whatever. And Jack Swagger, they start fighting, basically. And Zeb Coulter, rips off his deal and he gets all emotional and gets all hyped up. And I thought he was going to hit somebody.
I was in there cooking dinner and I just heard all this screaming and ruckus. And I was like, what is happening?
You were like, what's all the ruckus?
I did not say, what's all the ruckus? In an old lady voice.
Oh, okay. Well, that's what happened, and Cesaro and Jack Swagger look like they're gonna... What? They look like they're gonna have some kind of problems in the future.
Yeah, they've been looking like that.
I want Antonio Cesaro to just beat Jack Swagger to death.
I'm excited for that just because I want him to beat Jack Swagger to death.
Next. Oh, man, Undertaker's coming to Raw, and I was like, what's this gonna be like? Because Brock Lesnar's probably not gonna be there.
This was actually pretty good.
It was. He came down to the ring, looked like he was going to talk.
Because Brock Lesnar wasn't there.
Well, that's probably true. Looks like he's going to talk or whatever. They had all the mood lighting. And this time, I didn't think, oh, the mood lighting's stupid. It actually...
You only think the mood lighting's stupid with Sin Cara.
No, I think it's stupid with... I think Oksana did it, and some other people have done it. And Kane did it back in the day.
You missed your opportunity to throw a ball at Kitty.
Well, she walked too fast and I was talking and gesturing. So... Paul Heyman instantly comes out.
This was a really good promo.
Yes.
He basically, set up, was like, let's think about the streak.
Yeah.
Because everybody just talks about it. 21-0, whatever. But he's like, let's think about all these other people. Shawn Michaels couldn't even win, 2 or 3.
Keep talking.
I think it was Shawn Michaels couldn't even win 2. And... somebody else Triple H couldn't even win 5. Or
John Cena couldn't win.
Anyways, he went through this whole list of people and their stats and how nobody can win even 5 WrestleManias in a row. And then
The Undertaker's got 21.
His won for 21 years. It was how cool and impressive that would be. And then he's like, then I'm like, why is he building up The Undertaker? It was cool, but why? Then, of course, he's like, well, I want you to keep your streak intact by not doing the match with Brock Lesnar because he's going to end it. But it was a good promo overall.
Right, because it was like the odds are against you, old man.
Yeah.
You won 21 times. What's the likelihood of you winning again?
Yeah.
It was genius.
It was really good.
I never even thought of that perspective.
I didn't think of that either.
So it was
However, it was great because I didn't have to look at Brock Lesnar's ugly face.
And The Undertaker was basically just like, I'm gonna get you and rest in peace. But it was like his emotion, it was really powerful.
It was very powerful.
Can't wait to see The Undertaker's entrance at WrestleMania New Orleans. I'm gonna be there.
That's gonna be really cool.
High five, bam! And a bunch of people we know from YouTube are gonna be there too.
Cool.
So that will be great
to see him.
Yeah, we'll get to see him.
Only cool people.
Only the cool people. Well, people that don't like me, I will flip you off. And I will write down a review of you and I'll throw it in your face. That's what I'll do. And then I'll turn the video off. Yes. Okay, so Seth, what's his name?
Rollins?
Yeah, Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns taking on Goldust in this awesome match. Man,
This was cool.
Team Goldust, or the Brotherhood, or whatever they call them. And, these guys are just awesome. Every time they have a tag match, it's just great. So I'm just hoping, when Cody Rhodes is doing his singles thing, man, this boy's got to be world champion one day. I mean, undisputed world, or whatever the crap they're calling it these days.
I think he can make it.
but it just hasn't happened, has it? And it sucks.
No.
And both of these guys...
It's just on the slow path.
The slow path to nowhere, just like Daniel Bryan.
Daniel Bryan got somewhere?
Well, we haven't got there, have we? What kind of hat are you wearing? Is that like Battlestar Galactica or something?
It's a Doctor Who hat.
Oh. Well. Anyways.
Jeez.
I don't know the difference in these things.
I don't know anything about Doctor Who.
Anyways, the Bella twins taking on AJ and Tamina. AJ looked like she didn't want to be there. AJ looked kind of sad.
Did she?
I don't know. She did to me.
It's an orange pen.
Adoy.
Adoy.
I have an assortment of colors.
I didn't know you had an assortment.
So,
of
would you
colored
please
pens.
quit playing with my pens? Let's bring it over here. Let's bring it over here. We do this every time. Come on. Over here.
I'm easily distractible.
Obviously, you're worse than the cat. Teddy's sitting here.
Teddy's been paying good attention.
All attentive.
Good boy, Teddy.
Anyways, now we get to the Daniel Bryan thing. I want to talk about this.
Yes, because it was awesome.
So, Bryan comes out there and he's like, I'm going to occupy Raw.
Completely awesome.
And I thought, this sounds stupid.
That's true.
I'm going to occupy Raw like, oh my god, again, I'm going to sit in a chair.
The exact thing that you said was, how are they going to occupy Raw when they're already there?
That would have been a good joke to use here. So thanks for bringing that up.
You're welcome.
I did say that.
You did say that.
Because all the fans are already there.
Yeah.
True. So, you know, Raw's already occupied, and he's going to do this. So I thought he was going to sit in the middle of the ring in a chair and just cross his arms until...
You mean like CM Punk?
Yeah, well, except... Well, I was going to say he would cry like a baby until he got what he wanted, but yeah, exactly that. So, he does this, and he starts, like, saying, bring some fans in the ring. So, like, 4 people come into the ring.
There was probably 20.
What? Would you wait? About 4 people come into the ring, and I'm like, okay, this is plants. And then, like, 10 people came in, 20 people came in.
Then it got to commercial.
And then there's like a bazillion people.
Well, yeah. Well, actually, because you were so disinterested that you were like in the kitchen getting coffee or water or something.
I just thought it was going to suck.
Like, holy crap, Chronix, there's like 100 people out here. And you were like, what? And then you came and you were like, whoa. And then we started looking, I was like, because we're trying to figure out who these people were. We were like, are they roadies? Are they the writers? Like,
are they the light people?
Because, you know, usually they don't just have regular crowd people. But we were watching, we were like, these are actual crowd people.
Well, I think a smattering of them were.
Some of them were clearly security guards, like the large man in the front row doing this.
Like, obviously, there was a lot of security guards sporadically placed.
But they did it really good, where you would think, because there was just enough fans there that you could tell were fans, because they were like...
Yeah.
Because, like, nobody that's involved in wrestling gets that super excited and starts touching people.
This is true.
And stares at the camera. That's only fans that do that.
But they were pretty into it. I mean, they weren't like, ooh, the whole time.
So. Well, yeah, it was really cool.
So, these fans get into the ring. I even put fans in quotation when I originally wrote it because I thought that there was only so many. But Triple H comes out. And
that was such a cool segment.
Yeah.
No, Daniel Bryan was like, you're going to give me my match and we're not going to leave. We're going to take this outside.
Yeah, they're going to, like, walk out with all the fans. I was like, they should do that.
Yeah,
like,
cool.
Yeah, they could come back, like, they could go out during the commercial break, come back or whatever. But I mean, just the visual of everybody like walking out of the arena, like even if they're not going to actually go outside the arena, because then they would lose their tickets and everything. So, anyways, but he wants a match at WrestleMania against Triple H, right?
Right.
And Triple H basically doesn't want to do it.
He says no. Actually, Stephanie went all shrill voice crazy woman, but in her eyes, she looked kind of happy and kind of like she wanted to laugh.
Yeah, because she probably knew like how good the segment was coming off.
Well, yeah. That's what I'm saying. And she was like...
So it's like, almost like Daniel Bryan only wants this match with Triple H at first. Triple H is kind of like, yeah, okay. But then he's like, no, that's not all I want. It's like, basically, if I win my match against Triple H, I get to go be in the main event at WrestleMania.
And we all said, hallelujah, they made this stupid match interesting.
About time. What are you saying, that the match with him in the main event is stupid?
No. With Randy Orton and Batista was the worst idea ever, and then they threw Daniel Bryan in there to make it interesting.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yes. So then, this was the greatest part. Triple H went all like
insane.
effing ballistic. Oh yeah, we forgot the part where he tried to get Damien Sandow to come wrestle amongst the people.
Oh yeah, they're like, bring on the next match.
Damien Sandow was like,
he's like, what am I supposed to do? And they sent 2 fat security guards.
Oh yeah, they sent the security guards. They were large, bald men.
Well, they weren't really fat, but
I said large. You said fat.
Well, to me, I was thinking security guards. Oh, this is gonna be like huge, muscly guys. And they were like 2 old guys, and they were like,
well, yeah, because they. And so, anyways, they walked down. They were like, we're not going to attack the fans, and they just stood there. So they're still standing there. Damien Sandow's gone. Anyways, so Triple H is like going completely ballistic. He's like, I'm gonna end this. He's trying to see. He's like, I was doing this to protect you. Blah blah blah. That was stupid.
Like, bull crap.
Whatever. And then he's like, but it was cool because it was like that's something that corporate America would say whilst bringing you down.
Whilst
they would be like, we're doing this for your own good, and you should be happy about it. So that was actually perfect. But anyway,
because we don't need you up here. You're so good at being here.
That's exactly
how it is. I know.
Anyways, so, well then after he does that, and Daniel Bryan issues his ultimatum, Triple H is like, blah, 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 and he's like screaming. He's like, I'm gonna finish him. I'm gonna finish this. And it was so good that it got like completely indecipherable. It was just angry screaming in the microphone.
And the 2
and then
guys.
He ripped off his jacket and tie, and he was running. And then the 2 big guys were like, "Boom!" and they caught him.
And they carried him out.
Dragged him off stage screaming.
It was just hilarious. So basically, and as he was going, he's like, "And you have your match, or whatever." So at WrestleMania, they finally found a way to crowbar this guy into the main event.
Thank goodness.
And see, this is what bothers me about this. Is that WWE in the future, in all their video package, will portray this as, oh, well, look how great this worked. You guys, we held him back, and then he finally got that spot. And when he got that spot, he won the championship at WrestleMania, and everybody was happy. But we will all know what bullcrap it was.
That they legitimately weren't pushing.
That they weren't. That they should have put him in, winning the Royal Rumble. Everybody knows
think that they thought that it didn't matter because people would be so excited to see Randy Orton and Batista, and then when nobody
wants to see him
a flying flip, then they were like, oh, maybe we should put the guy who's getting Stone Cold pops in the main event instead of the 2 guys that are getting horribly booed or no reaction.
I know, because it doesn't make sense to me because people say, well, he's not that great. He's just a good wrestler. And I mean, that doesn't really get you all that far. And I'm like, well, yeah, if that was the case. But he's also
a good talker.
A pretty good talker. That's a plus.
He's kind of funny.
And everyone's chanting his name. And people are buying his shirt. So what is the negative here?
He's bringing back people that haven't watched wrestling in a long time.
Yeah,
I've even noticed, at work, people are doing the freaking yes chant.
And they're starting to watch wrestling again because they're like, what is this?
That's exactly what's happening. And they'll be like, well, I turned on Raw for the first time since the Attitude Era, and there was this dude, and he was doing the thing that I keep seeing. And yeah. So I'm just saying, he is helping the company and doing everything that a champion would be supposed to do.
Yeah, because he's crossing that line because, when people was wearing the Stone Cold shirts, people at work would have been like, oh, what's that? Oh, that's that thing.
Well, I don't think they would have worn a Stone Cold shirt.
Well, I mean, or they would have said, because I said so. Or,
right, yeah.
Or The Rock says this or whatever.
You need something, because people at basketball games have been doing this. You need something that's going to get people that aren't wrestling fans interested in wrestling.
Yeah. Because, it's got to be cool.
Yeah.
It's got to be appealing.
Yeah.
And this is. Daniel Bryan is. He is. He's crossed over. And they've been denying it. And I don't care how much they're going to try to spin it from now on that, we had a plan the whole... No, you didn't. Because it's been since 2 years ago they've been doing this and just putting Randy Orton, John Cena. And yeah, those are top caliber guys. But you could have...
nobody cares anymore.
But you could have built him any time before that.
Yeah.
Even the Royal Rumble was honestly a little too late. And they still didn't even do it then. It's just ridiculous. And it just bothers me because I know a year from now they're going to have all these DVDs and all these stupid WWE Network specials about how, we knew exactly what we're... No, you didn't. You didn't know what you were doing. So as we move on, Lawler's in the ring and he's voting. Who's Christian and Sheamus? What's their match going to be?
I couldn't have imagined.
Is it going to be?
Would have been the street fight.
As Jerry Lawler himself from Memphis' own says. 2 out of 3 falls, Falls Count Anywhere, or Memphis Street Fight. Oh, wow! It's all voted for Memphis Street Fight.
What a surprise!
What a surprise, guys! Oh, and by the way, we have a whole bunch of guitars already around the ring, ready to go, and drums and stuff. They've already did this exact same match, like, not that long ago with, like, the 3MB guys.
Yeah.
But whatever, and Dolph Ziggler, too. So, they do this match, and, you know, it was typical, like, comedy hit you with stuff type match, but it was actually pretty entertaining.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
But that was that match. Sheamus won. He did the bro kick with his foot through the drum to the face of Christian, making him even more unprettier than JBL.
What is your problem with Christian?
There's nothing.
He's not bad looking.
But anyways, Big Show and Daniel Bryan take on Bautista, which they are now admitting that they call him Bautista and boo him.
Now they're trying to incorporate it into their character like it was their
idea. We're along with the ride with you guys. You know, Big Show and Bryan versus Bautista and Orton. So I wrote Yes Show versus No Show.
That's pretty good.
Because if you had a WrestleMania main event with Orton and Batista, I would have. Okay, WrestleMania. If that was the main event, and there was no hope of Daniel Bryan coming out, would you consider just leaving?
Yes.
Because, like, we don't care.
Yep.
I don't care to see Orton or Batista.
That's true. I probably wouldn't have been.
Because by that point, beat the traffic.
Because by that point, we would have been, like, at Access all day. And then we would have gone to WrestleMania. Then we would have been there. And been there. It would have been, like, 5 hours. And it would have been, like, meh.
Because after the Undertaker match, we could just walk out.
It's true.
You know, just be like...
But now, we will stay.
That's true! And you know why we're going to stay? Because at WrestleMania 30, Daniel Bryan is going to beat Triple H.
I hope so.
And if he doesn't...
Well, he has to beat Triple H.
And then he's going to win the title.
I hope he wins the title. If Randy Orton or Bautista wins the title, I think I'll just give up.
I know, right? See, I knew that Daniel Bryan wasn't winning the Rumble because he wasn't even announced to be in it and all that crap, right?
Right.
It made sense. I wanted him to win. They should have had him win, but I knew he wasn't even in the match and he wasn't going to surprise them there. It was obvious that Batista was going to win, and you know I even said that on all the videos.
You did.
But now that this is laid out in place, and Randy Orton's been the heel champion for so long,
and
there's no way.
We've been wondering how they were going to have a heel versus heel WrestleMania title match.
Exactly, that's true too. So, you know, it's like Batista's not going to win. Yeah, he won the Rumble, but he ain't winning this match. Maybe that's what they originally thought with their very stupidly laid out plan, that people are going to cheer for Batista.
They totally thought people were going to cheer for Batista.
They cheered for him when he returned, like they do for everybody who returns. But then people were like, wait a minute, this guy can't talk anymore. His promo was, I'm back.
Yeah.
A championship.
Like this guy,
deal with it.
This guy can no longer talk, and he's not even like
interesting,
a huge guy or interesting looking. Or
they thought he'd be The Rock. He was in the movie. He was in Riddick.
Everybody knows The Rock. Everybody.
Everybody knows Batista.
The Rock, when he's in a movie, is usually like a main character. In Riddick, Batista was like the muscled guy that got his head cut off or whatever.
Yeah. Batista! Yay! So, I guess, with that, that is the Raw review. I fully expect Daniel Bryan to win. He'll probably lose the title like the next night, or at least within a month. But I don't care, because I'm going to go to WrestleMania, I'm going to see him win.
That will be exciting.
And I will be excited, and he'll actually get to keep it this time, I guess.
Hope so.
Unlike the SummerSlam or whatever that they did, that crap.
Whatever.
But anyways, we will see you guys next time.